What's up, everybody? In this video, we are going to add WebSockets to our Teachable Machine website using Node-RED. This will give us the ability to pass information from the browser to our Node-RED server. Then we can connect this data to other services. You may be thinking to yourself, haven't I already passed information from a web page to Node-RED using the dashboard node? The answer is yes, you have. But the dashboard node has some code running in the background that sends information between a browser and Node-RED. A basic HTML page does not have this. We are going to examine how to do this using something called WebSockets. What are WebSockets and how do they work? On a basic website, when you connect through a browser, the browser makes a GET request for the web page. The server gets the content and returns it to the browser. Anytime a browser wants to get new information, it needs to make a new GET request, causing the browser to reload all of the content. WebSockets set up a bi-directional communication between the browser and server. Using WebSockets means we can pass data between a browser and server without the need to refresh all the content on the page. We will use WebSockets to both send and receive content in the browser. Drag a WebSocket in Node to the workspace. Double-click on the WebSocket in Node. When using WebSockets, you create a channel for the communication. In more complex applications, you can have multiple channels for communication. Ensure Listen On is selected and click the pencil next to the path. Enter /ws/machine as the path. Click Update, click Done. Drag a debug node onto the workspace and connect it to the WebSocket in Node. Next, drag a WebSocket Out node to the workspace. Double-click on the WebSocket Out node. Select Connect To as the type. Click the pencil next to the URL. In the URL input field, you will see what looks like a web address, except the letters WS appear where HTTP would normally be. Enter ws:/127.0.0.1:1880/ws/machine as the URL. The address is the IP address of Node-RED and the port. The /ws/machine is the channel we are using for communication. Click Update and click Done. Drag an inject node onto the workspace and connect it to the WebSocket Out node. Click Deploy and then click the inject node. You should see a timestamp appearing in the debug node. Okay, so what exactly is happening and how does this relate to our web page? The WebSocket Out node that connects to a WebSocket address is simulating what our web page will do. The inject node simulates content being sent from the browser to the server. Let's connect our web page to the WebSocket. To connect to the WebSocket, we will use JavaScript. Drag a template node onto the workspace and place it in between our JavaScript and HTML template. Double-click the template. Change the name to WebSocket Connection and change the property to msg.payload.websocket. Change the syntax highlight to JavaScript. In the template, add let ws equals new WebSocket open bracket quote ws:/127.0.0.1:1880/ws/machine close quote close bracket semicolon. This code is doing the same thing we did with the WebSocket Out node. When the page loads, it will connect to the WebSocket address. The word let is used to create a variable in JavaScript. We now have a variable, ws, that contains information about our WebSocket connection. There are 4 different events we can use: open, close, message, and error. For our purpose, we will use the message event. Add the code ws.onMessage equals function, open bracket e, close bracket, open curly brace, close curly brace, semicolon. Inside the curly braces, add console.log, open bracket, quote, message, colon, quote, comma, e.data, close bracket, semicolon. Console log is a way to debug using JavaScript. It is similar to our serial.println statements in Arduino, or the debug node in Node-RED. Click Done. We need to update the HTML function to load our new WebSocket connection information. double-click the HTML function and add open script tag, triple open curly brace, payload.websocket, triple close curly brace, close script tag on line 18 after we load the payload.js. You may have noticed that I use 3 curly braces. 3 curly braces tells Mustache not to use escape characters, so it will load all the characters as they appear in our template. Click Done. Now that we have our web browser connect to the WebSockets, we don't need the WebSocket out to connect. We'll use it to listen and send messages to the browser. Double-click the WebSocket out node. Change type to listen on. For the path, click the down arrow and you will see our /ws/machine channel. Select this and click Done. Double-click on the inject node connected to the WebSocket out node. Under repeat, select interval and select every 10 seconds. Click Deploy and load the web page. Right-click on your web page and select Inspect. This is a tool that lets us see the code for our site. Select the Console tab and you will see that every 10 seconds, Node-RED sends a timestamp to the browser. Cool! We just use WebSockets to send information from our server to the browser. Next, we will send data from the browser to the server. In Node-RED, double-click our WebSocket connection. Add the code ws.open equals function, open bracket, open curly brace, close curly brace, semicolon. This is a function that will execute code when the browser connects to the WebSocket. To send information over a WebSocket, add the code ws.send, open bracket, open quotation mark, a client connected, quotation mark, close bracket, semicolon. Click Done. Click Deploy and reload the website. You will see a message in Node-RED saying that a client connected, and in the console window of the browser, a timestamp will be sent every 10 seconds. We now have set up a WebSocket connection between our server and browser. At the end of this video, you should be able to create a WebSocket connection in Node-RED and connect it to a website.